a lot of people have been asking us what the freak we do, and they want to know what's coming to SolarCon.
I don't think they ask what we do.
I totally get that all the time. They're like, "What do you do, and how do you do it?" They don't know.
We're gonna tell you.
This is behind the scenes.
Yeah, what is SolarCon? What is SolarCon all about? What do you guys do at SolarCon?
What do we do?
What is SolarCon? Let's go, baby.
Yeah, everyone's asking what's happening at SolarCon, right? Everyone's saying, hey, what is actually happening there? So we thought maybe, we'll tell you some of our favorite stuff, and there's stuff that we're not going to tell them, right?
Some surprises.
We got surprises. So I'm going to start off by telling you one of the things that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking very forward to Platinum Day. I think it's going to be awesome. Everyone that knows me knows that I'm all into this education stuff in solar. So Platinum Day is kind of like a boot camp for everything that I have been hearing about in the solar industry. Obviously, I'm in solar objections and the different groups. You guys see me meeting and visiting other solar companies. So I have a pretty strong pulse on what the industry is like wanting to hear. So we built the conference around what today's struggles are, what today's interests are. And one of my favorite things is Platinum Day. So if you're a Platinum ticket holder, you get to come on the 19th, the day before SolarCon starts. And we have opened up this like insanely beautiful VIP room, right? The VIP room is going to be Platinum room. Tell us, right?
Yes. Yep. So the Platinum Day experience is an all-inclusive, phenomenal experience where you get to experience not only your education pieces, but actually in talking to you about more of like the decor and what they want to experience, it's going to be more of an outdoor avatar experience.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like a night sky. It's gonna be like you walked into the movie Avatar.
Everybody knows. So cool. Yes, everybody knows there's one iconic piece, and I know that you're all gonna want to take a picture in front of it. I'm not gonna give any more details, but
a big wow factor.
There is going to be a big wow factor.
I want to tell them. Can we tell them
what's happening?
No, you cannot tell them.
Well, tell them what's happening at Platinum Day, though. What's going on?
We got a couple of masterminds. I'm really excited about the battery training. This is a year where the NEM 3.0 coming with California and the rest of the country are watching. And
Dallas had that blizzard.
Dallas had the blizzard. And
didn't Florida just have one too?
Florida had the hurricanes. Like people are asking about batteries, right?
Yeah,
every single appointment.
Every single appointment now. So it's time that we educate ourselves in the industry to make sure we know what we're talking about and helping homeowners the right way. And this boot camp, I like to go with boot camp because it's going to be fun and it's going to be entertaining, not just pencil and pads. And also there's going to be networking. So we're networking with the top tiered ticket holders at SolarCon, which to me is super exciting.
Yeah, these are the same people who invested the same money that if you're going to Platinum, you'll all be in the same room. If you don't have Platinum, get Platinum.
Wait, we are capping Platinums. We're putting a cap on it, right?
Yes.
What?
No cap.
I mean, we have.
No, there's a cap.
I mean, we haven't decided.
We decided.
There's a deadline.
Yeah.
There's a deadline because we have to order all of the food and make sure all the chairs are in there. So we will be cutting Platinum tickets off. We don't know what date yet, but just watch out for it. We'll be cutting it off because we have to know how many seats are going to go in there and how much food we have to get for everybody. I got yelled at for trying to extend it.
That's
true. It was not a popular decision.
It's true. I did that. I own that.
It's not just Platinum Day because that's every single day of the rest of the conference.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's perks to getting the Platinum ticket. You get to enjoy the Platinum Day, but also day 1, 2, 3, you're going to have some perks compared to everybody else.
And even if they're not getting Platinum tickets, I still advise come the day earlier, pre-register, right? They can register
Yes.
the day before, so you don't have to worry about standing in line.
Exactly.
SolarCon. So they can't miss the greatest solar show on Earth. The stars of Cirque du Soleil is going to be starting us off at SolarCon. Did I say it right? Cirque du Soleil, yeah.
Cirque du Soleil.
Okay, wait. Let's just recap really quick. Last year, what happened at registration last year?
Oh,
you remember?
Yeah.
It was a mess.
Oh my gosh, registration last year. It was like a quarter mile, like literally a quarter mile down the hallway.
If you got in for free. We just gave it.
No, it was insane. We had like 30 people behind there handing out badges because so many people came like an hour before the conference or 30 minutes before to register. Anyway, this year, yes, we have stars from Cirque du Soleil coming. If you're not in the conference center and the conference room on time, you will miss the Cirque du Soleil performance. And that is actually a custom performance put together for SolarCon,
It's amazing.
Yep.
right?
It's gonna be awesome.
They created an entire show with like elements of the earth and animals. I'm allowed to say that. They talked about it. And we have trapeze artists. Like, it's insane.
alert.
It's insane. You guys aren't going to want to miss that. But so in order to get in there on time to see it, you gotta
Pre-register.
Are we
register
allowed to
early.
say how long the performance is, or is that?
Nope.
No,
No, but pre-registration is going to be Platinum Day, so April 19th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Is what?
April 19th.
Pre-registration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody, as a reminder, we got the 19th pre-registration and Platinum Day.
Yep.
And then you got the 20th, first day of the event, 21st, 22nd, just to make sure.
Yes.
Let's keep going from there.
I want to hear from Brenda what she's excited about. But before we get to, do you know what you're excited about? Let's hear it.
What am I excited about? Meeting
Yeah.
everybody and everything, pretty much. But the biggest is to meet everybody that I've been talking to, all the vendors. Super excited to meet them, and obviously for the show and see the Platinum Room. Super excited. So yeah.
Yeah, you want to meet everyone that you've been on the
Yep.
phone with, right?
Yes.
Actually get to meet them in person. Well, and on that, so Brenda, Tiana, and myself have all been collaborating on ways that we can give back to our vendors. So one of the things that we've been doing this weekend is creating a space for vendors that's going to be extra special. I'm not going to give any more details. Tiana, Brenda, and myself
right.
will be coming around to your booths on the 19th during setup, and we'll give you all the rest of the details. So stay tuned for that.
That's a little surprise for them.
Yeah, yes.
It's a little surprise.
That's our give back to you because we love you and we're so grateful for everything that you've done along this journey. Your patience and just the excitement and the vision that we've created last year rolled over into this year and what we're going to bring to you next year. And so we just want to say a big thank you to you for your investment and trust in us.
To the vendors.
To the vendors.
And
Yes.
if you're not a vendor, become a vendor. That'll be my job today.
Yes.
The little
Yes.
plugs.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, if you guys
How do you
were
become a vendor?
If you guys were at the lounges last year, I don't know if you guys remember the lounges, but we put strategic placement. We placed these lounges throughout the vendor space because at the conferences I've been to, I'm like, where in the hell can I sit?
100%.
So we put them free for you guys. They're out there. You guys can go out there and hang out and chill on the couches, meet with your friends, and you don't really have to leave the conference area. Most conferences I go to, you just walk out the door and you go sit outside on some chairs or on some steps.
Yep.
But we wanted to make it very comfortable for you, so we upped the amount of lounges that we did this year. We've even got, this was one of Brenda's favorite. We have one of the world's most famous pianists that's going to be playing at the largest lounge at SolarCon free. If you guys have been to Bellagio and walked in and you just see that lounge there and there's a piano, or if you've been to Disneyland California Hotel, love Disneyland, Mickey. But
Very nice.
I mean, Star Wars all the way. No, but just the pianist in there, and you get to go sit on the couches and just kind of it's ambient music that you get to listen to and enjoy the atmosphere of the industry that you work in. It's really cool.
I love that. I did have a couple of people ask about dead zones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like at some of the conferences that we've either seen, been to, or other people, they're like, man, no one ever goes to the back corner. What feedback did you guys get last year from our vendors in the dark corners?
Yeah, when vendors are picking their booth spaces, or even when attendees are walking through, there's always like these ominous dark corners where no one wants to go to because you can see it down the hall. You're like, I already know it's there, so I'm not going.
Yes.
So we have strategically placed really hot topic stuff that is going to be in these dark spots to turn the entire conference floor into a walkable, attractive space. So things that we have coming are like a shoe drop. We had a shoe drop last year, right?
Yes.
They brought thousands of Nike Jordans and the stuff that I have. I don't know. What are they called? The Nike Jordan Air Force Ones, right?
Yeah.
Shoes.
Not the Air Force Ones.
Shoes.
The Jordans.
Although they will be more hidden this year. So it's not going to be on the main stage. It will be strategically placed on the floor where they will
Oh.
have to go find them.
Yeah, they're on the vendor floor.
Which, speaking of finding things, we decided to create a fun game for you guys, which we're actually going to roll things out, which is going to be great. it's going to be a fun interactive game. And no surprise, I'm not going to tell you what the game is, but there's going to be a fun little thing that I put in of Jake that he doesn't know about.
Okay.
And you'll get to find out what it is.
I'm gonna find out with you. What is it? What are you doing?
I'm not going to tell you.
Trey. What is it, dude? Oh, hey.
Speaking of Trey, do we want to do
Hey,
an
yeah,
introduction?
yeah.
Trey, why don't we introduce the new CEO? You want to introduce yourself?
I got the mic right
We
here.
got the new CEO of SolarCon. He didn't want to be put in the spotlight.
No, I didn't.
All right. Favorite candy bar.
Brett, what are
Take 5.
you stoked about, Trey, about SolarCon?
First thing I think everyone should be there is just to understand that it is the place to be if you're in solar. There's no other place to be on Earth Day in April, or for that matter, any other time during the year, if you want to sharpen your skill sets and if you want to know what's happening in the industry. A lot of things, like Joe was saying earlier with NEM 3.0 and your other markets that you're in, utilities are changing, finance companies are changing the game this year with everything that's going on in the economy. And you really just have to be prepared with industry experts, right? Everyone talks about your net worth is your network,
Yeah.
and everyone is going to be there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm most excited
I'm
about.
gonna add on to that because I'm really excited to hang out with all the people we know from social media.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
my gosh.
we go ahead, Lindsay.
Dude, I just love that because last year, Earl, he walked by and I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen all his videos. Like, that's so amazing.
Or Kupule, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be there too, and that's to me super exciting. Get to hang out with him, you know, and take
That's
pictures and remember hanging out with him. And I'm next to you, bro. I got your microphone right
You got
there.
mine? Yeah, he's got mine.
That's gonna be super fun.
Cool.
And this is not supposed to be a commercial for SolarCon. This is us talking, you know, us hanging out and talking to each other. So like, yeah, like Tiana and Lindsay, like talk about like what we're doing, you know, individually, and not about like just, you know, we're not here to sell, you know, SolarCon. We're here to talk to each other. And,
Don't talk like that.
Why are you so rude to me?
It's not
Hurting my feelings.
So what I'm really looking forward to is getting to know everybody in the industry. I've been networking throughout the years, but each year I learn a little bit more about solar, and so it's really cool because I'm constantly learning and constantly meeting new people. And each year I've done better individually, a lot of growth, and so connecting people with other people as I'm networking, helping them in their businesses. It's been really cool to experience that.
I have to tell you guys Tiana's secret hidden talent,
No.
specifically in the conference space. Tiana strategically goes to all the vendors, gets their swag, and then promotes it after the conference. Even her children, like she'll take pictures of her children wearing their swag and she'll tag them and
I
get
see her
additional
in the Dopes,
engagement.
her Dopes marketing.
Yeah, dope marketing. Yeah. She does that all the time. Yeah, no pressure. No.
Shout out to
No.
Yeah. So it's like super cool.
Yeah, it's super fun. Like I go around and collect everybody's information and the swag that they're passing out, and I share it with my family. And I also collect pens, and so every time I'm thinking about somebody, I'm like,
Pens.
I'm
and
like-
sanitizer.
I'm always looking at
Beanies.
like companies and
though?
but I just
If this is a wish list, I could really use.
no, but it's like it's cool to be able to build that connection with those companies, and then when somebody's asking me about a resource, I'm like, oh yeah, I know somebody that could definitely assist you there. So it's really cool.
So I want to talk about some of the decorations, right? So like all the things going into SolarCon, kind of what we've been creating. What what have you been looking at? Because like we're playing with the idea of like handcrafting decor.
Yes, so I've been researching tons and tons of different really cool things that are more natural looking, more earth tones. like handcrafted leaves and building trees. And so it's going to be really, really authentic and
Detailed.
creative.
Detailed, very
very
detailed.
detailed.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I
I
may
see that
sound
thing.
I may sound like a fanboy, but I'm super excited to meet Brad Lee. I don't know if you guys are.
Oh.
I know Jake
Bradley's
already
gonna be
has.
there.
I bet it. He's
My wife.
And you
We're
too.
I'm
watching.
very excited to meet him. I don't know if he's taking his wife, but I want to meet her.
Yeah. So my
you want him
wife
as what?
started watching Bradley. Somebody shared some of Bradley's stuff. If you haven't watched Bradley's stuff, you've got to. Even whether Brad, if you're watching this, whether they like you or not, right? Love you. But Christy's watching that, and this is before we announced that or knew that, and I'm all, oh, check. Are you watching Bradley? Did you know he's going to be at SolarCon? She's all, can I go to SolarCon?
I'm there.
Yeah, let's go. So she did not care about any one of us, just Brad. So
Thank you,
Hey,
Brad.
I have to say, well, one of his best friends, or it is his best friend. Andy Elliott, I think, is his best friend. I don't know for sure. I want to be Andy's best friend. He picked me up and threw me in his office building. They threw me up in the ceiling. It was fun. It was
It was funny to see Jake's
In the
face.
ceiling?
no, like I was like this.
Oh, I saw the video.
Yeah. I might be exaggerating. It might have been 30 feet in the air, but they're ripped. They might have thrown me that high. It's hard to tell. I was afraid.
You're like, holy shit.
Oh my gosh. But I'm actually super stoked to hear from Hayes Barnard.
What?
yeah, I
Yes.
don't know if you're gonna say
You-
that. Dude.
Oh.
You said
Super
it.
south.
I was like,
All right,
Oh.
You guys scared me. I was going to say it the whole time. I got you. So Hayes Barnard, the owner of Good Leap. I hear rumors that he's worth $14 billion. That's crazy. Is that true? Is it 14 billion?
Google.
It's,
Google.
it's lots of
Trey.
It's a lot of money.
billions.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he's going to be there and he's going to be talking to everyone. And I hear he's one of the best speakers, not in the industry, but just of speakers in general.
Yeah.
Like he has so much energy and so much passion, and he's obviously wicked smart. So he's going to get up on stage and just wow us with a solar pioneer, John Frampton, right?
You know what I love is because like in his strategy of wanting to connect with people in the industry, it's not a structured pitch. He's not there to just like pitch the people and get them bought into Good Leap. He's like sharing his soul with a buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be cool.
To me, it's low key.
Yeah.
At SolarCon, there's no pitching from stage. There's not recruiting. This
Right.
is an event where you can feel comfortable. Your team can come and not feel like they're going to get talked into going to another company.
Or recruited. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, if you get pitched,
Yeah.
if you pitch from stage, we're gonna play the exit music. Bop. But no, another speaker I'm super stoked about. I got lucky. I got to go see Jonathan Budd. He is so chill and so cool to talk with. And you just don't think once you get up into these higher levels of executives, you just kind of anticipate that you're going to have business-based conversations. But no, they want to connect with you. Like they want to make an impact in people's lives. And I think that's the biggest thing about SolarCon is that people aren't coming to speak to you about their product, right? They're coming to speak to you to make an impact on your career throughout the solar experience that you're going to have.
And to have an experience. Like when
Yeah.
you talk about like EPCs and having like great timelines and installs and whatever, it's like they're taking that system and process and plugging it into their experience at SolarCon. Like Bud was one of the very first ones that was like, I want to build a vision of what this looks like. Like he was so passionate about that. That was one of my favorite things about him.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about him. But I think it's important that we tell all of you, do we tell them the theme and why it's a theme?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So last year, for those of you that went, we had an acapella group that popped up, and the message was, look, I've been traveling the country, as you know, and I've seen really good people be mad at someone else across the country just because they liked one brand versus another. I mean, Enphase versus Solar Edge, right? And they just despised each other over this because of something that happened on Facebook. And when I'm there and I see the families adoring them and, you know, the kids running up to them and I spend time with them and I see how good they are, I wanted the rest of the industry to know, okay, maybe there are things that you can learn. Maybe you can spread the knowledge and spread the love. If you love your product, then you're spreading the love. And so go find somebody to love was the theme last year. This year, for anyone that's seen The Greatest Showman, you guys like that movie?
Yeah.
Best soundtrack ever. No. But for anyone that's seen that movie, you know, the message is, you know, go find talent in the outcast. Go find things that bring you happiness that you didn't know that you could experience just because you looked at them in the past and didn't like them in the past. Companies are always adapting.
Yep.
People are always adapting. So like what you knew 2 years ago, you might not know today. And so the message
Or
is,
last year.
Or even
Well,
last
look-
year.
You
Look
met
at
last year's
us.
event.
We worked together like a decade ago,
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
and we're like two different people.
At Vivint Solar.
Yeah,
Yeah. Very different.
very different.
So I guess the message is go find these outcasts, these people that you've outcast, or these companies that you've outcast, and go find talent in them. Go find happiness in them, because you'll be surprised. Just like in the movie, you know, you went out and did this and brought it in the masses, the community that they were in. The ones that didn't think they'd find happiness actually did, and they started cheering for them. So this year, I want you guys to go do that. I challenge you to go find that happiness in people you might have cast out. And so we are reenacting. That's what Cirque du Soleil is doing, is they're reenacting the first scene from The Greatest Showman when they're in that circus and they come out and they just are proud of what they do. And we're reenacting that to get the energy up, get everyone stoked, and let everyone know, hey, this conference is going to be upbeat. We're all going to love each other. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to bond as an industry.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that too. When you talk about something about a great show, you want to be amazed by a great show. One of the things that you go to these conferences I appreciate is always the ingenuity and the creativity of the new products that are coming out and the vendors and what they're sharing. So you can walk around and truly be amazed and impressed at something that somebody created, a product or software or some kind of service that's they're offering. And I always like that. I make a point to attend every vendor just to see what's out there, to be amazed at other people's creativity and what they can create when, you know, they have a vision and put their work into it.
Well, and to better understand in person, right? Like scrolling on the internet, looking at their stuff may be very different scrolling
Than
versus
experiencing it.
than experience it
You
in
experience the
person.
show. And
Absolutely.
you be amazed at what people can create when they put their effort out there and put themselves out there.
Speaking of
Yes.
effort and things are different than last year, I'm super stoked about the third breakout room.
Oh.
Missing from SolarCon last year. And
There
it's
is so
gonna
much happening
be a
this year.
whole new dimension to SolarCon. It's going to be amazing with Abby and Steve Buckmiller running that room. Jake, can I talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so you know, Trey can probably speak to this a little bit better, but we realize, you know, there's a huge industry that we always focus on, that's sales, right? But we wanted to generate the conference for the solar industry, and a huge part of our solar industry is the installation side, obviously, right? So we wanted installers or EPCs or owners of EPCs, COOs, distribution like CED Green Tech, like we want people to come and enjoy this conference, not just on the sales side, but on all sides of solar. And, you know, roofing companies want to be involved in solar. So we're putting on roofing stuff, and we have roofing vendors that are going to be there. So even solar people can go ask roofing questions. These things come up all the time, and reps are always losing commission, and EPCs are always having to juggle, like, you know, like with the financing and the net payments. And so I think it's good to just go find best practices on roofs,
Yep.
best practices on installation. And if a COO comes in of a major organization, they can go in and sit and gain value from other people and tips and tricks from other people that do it in the industry.
Well, this is what I feel like we really did excellent at this year is when you were out traveling, connecting with people and getting a pulse on the industry of like what their needs are. I feel like we're delivering that for everybody coming. I mean, aside from Platinum Day, right? That's in its own entity of education and becoming a master. And then all of the panels. I mean, adding an additional third stage was one massive, two, adding it to be installers, but the content that's going to be dropped on these stages is beyond me.
Yeah.
And this also is going to be fun. Like,
Yeah.
one of the most memorable times last year was the after party. There was so much fun at the Time after party. and that's
Yeah.
going to be
That's
going
happening
on.
again.
You talked about the Titan.
Titan after
Titan
party,
Titan,
baby.
Titan after party.
Titan does know how to throw a party.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Dude, that was fun.
And what, we're doing the whole place this year?
Oh yeah, last year it was just like the basement, right?
Yeah.
Which was a really cool
Sick.
basement because it was like all brick
Exclusive.
and it was super exclusive. But this year they rented the entire place. So if you were there last year, we have everything, and it's because Titan hooked it up. Like we have everything. I actually fly in sometime next week or the week after to go film the video to kind of promote that. I'm super stoked about it. It's pretty good stuff. That party was off the hook. But I wanted to go back, Trey. What do you think about this installation component that we're bringing there?
Just
Stage?
demystifying, right? There's a demystification that will occur, just because I think you mentioned it. You go around and you visit a lot of sales groups, and a lot of your training the last few years has always been around teaching the salespeople, number one, how to sell well, but a huge component of that is the education behind on the fulfillment side of why it happens the way it does. And so I think in the industry, if you're a sales dealer, yes, you've partnered with an EPC, but you don't always have the same connection that you might like or might desire,
Yeah.
right? And salespeople are naturally a little skeptic of reasonings of certain things. It's like, wait, no, are they just putting an adder on to get an adder? No, it's not how things typically work.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see the messaging around demystifying, the fulfillment of the solar project you just sold, and how it really works as a construction job.
Yeah. I think it's important if it's something as credible as SolarCon that's going on, where it's not like they can say it in an email to you or they can just tell you when they're in their office. They're saying this in front of thousands of people, right? So it's not like they're just going to tell you something that's not true or some hidden agenda that they have to try and bamboozle you. Like they're saying this in front of thousands of people. So if someone says, "Hey, yeah, we need to charge an adder for that," and you're like, and everyone's like, yeah, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that was real." Okay, they really do need to charge an adder for that. I mean, it is just education at its highest pinnacle. It's like there's not ever been a conference for the industry to come and refine all of their skills and beliefs and networking before. This is it. This is the only conference in our solar industry that allows for all those things to happen, and I think it's incredible.
Well, besides the solar industry, is another industry coming? Is roofers coming? Or
Yeah.
why should roofers come?
A lot of roofers are wanting to add solar to their business, and roofers just think like, hey, you know what? Like, that we got the loans from the solar. So the insurance companies, I know they're difficult sometimes, and you have disagreements on the amounts that should be paid out, and so roofers are leaning towards kind of the finance option in solar, and say, hey, we can get our money faster. Well, what does that mean? What are the repercussions? How fast should you do it? How fast should you scale? How fast should you grow? Just because you see one benefit, there might be a lot of hidden obstacles. And so coming to the conference allows you to, at very bare minimum, gain some knowledge so you can make an educated decision about your business and adding solar, and go in knowing what some of the risks and pros are that you might not have known before.
Well,
That's bare minimum. But
Yeah.
with a certainty, you will meet someone who can help you.
yeah.
You will find someone who'll be able to coach you through it and partner with you on it,
Or 10 people.
or 10 people.
Well, and to that, what you were saying earlier, maybe I'll just say this off the cuff, is that the relationship hasn't always been great between solar and roofers.
I mean, yeah, I mean they get along because they bring each other business, but roofers sometimes are a little bit frustrated because they think installation organizations are not doing what they should be doing, at
Yeah.
least the proper way. Like the way that, I mean, and I know a handyman can do something, but also a contractor can also know some tricks to make it look cleaner, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's expertise levels that you're going to be able to dip into and learn some things. And roofers, that's what they do for a living. That would be silly for a roofer. And someone said this to me on a post. I forgot who it was. David Taggart. He said, you just gave advice on roofing in this group. And I'm like, yes, I did. He was like, that's silly what you just said. And I was taken back. I was like, actually, it kind of is, because I'm not a roofer. I'm a solar guy.
Yeah.
And he said, that's as silly as me going into a roofing conference and saying, this is how you should install solar panels when I've never done it before, Jake. And I'm like, fair enough. I'm going to be going to SolarCon to learn a little bit more.
Well, I think one of the biggest benefits to anyone trying to enter the field of solar, whether you're a rep or a vendor, doesn't matter. I say vendor, I should have said more like installation company, brand new, roofer, you're just looking into starting it, is the connections you're going to make to get your revenue going is massive. You're going to connect with sales orgs, people who know how to help you do this, or orgs who just got done doing it, say, yeah, here's how I would do it in your area, or here's how we did it. And so it just gives you the comfort of knowing you're at least following a pattern of success, and even borrow the expertise of somebody who wants to go ahead. Maybe you're going to play EPC of some sort and say, sure, we'd love some dealers to help us grow. It's instant. It's not like you have to go search on a Facebook group. Not that that's bad, but you have a little more trust when you meet them in person and people recommend them and you're able to sit down, network with them, maybe grab some food with them. I think that was for me, is just meeting those people and actually networking. That's what I enjoy quite a bit.
Speaking of food, since you brought it up, one of the
Let's not talk about it again.
Just
We had a
a
big
bit.
discussion about food.
But if you're gonna be, you probably will be hungry during SolarCon. Definitely upgrade to the VIP package.
Yes.
That'll get you guys, but early, so we make sure we get you counted in. But early, and you get food, lunch, buffet every day through SolarCon. So it's definitely a nice upgrade and worth it.
VIP and platinum only. You said that?
Yep.
Yeah. And you know the speakers, they're kind of helping with SolarCon. We'll feed them too.
You're in.
Oh yeah.
You're in.
Well, speak about the VIP room in general, Lindsay. What should they expect? They do get access to the room.
You, drumroll, you will get your own entrance. So,
You get an entrance. You get an entrance.
woohoo! Upgrade. Yes, you will have your own private entrance into the VIP area. This is huge. VIP Platinum. Last year, we had you come in through the vendor floor, and it was great. But this year, you'll have your own private entrance from two angles, one from the outside and the other one onto the vendor floor. And so the reason being is, one, I just want to take you through this incredible experience. Jake and I, at least this is my favorite part of the job, is sitting and brainstorming, building the vision boards, sending you all the pictures.
Oh yeah. We sometimes we'll get on the phone. We have a 5-minute question, and 3 hours later, we're like laying on our bed on our phones, and we're just like, "So what if we did this?" And I love it. It's just.
And then Joe's like, "What? Like this is what you guys talk about?"
Joe lasted like 1 minute.
Yeah.
Literally, he's
Yeah.
like, "Why we did? I'm out." Like, this is the best part.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. It was absolutely. It's awesome. I love it.
Shots fired.
What happened?
Shots fired back here. Nothing, man.
Oh, what?
You fired shots at me?
Not myself. Watch the replay. Watch the replay.
So there's two entrances, and Lindsay was trying to like fluff it up. It was actually the fire marshal.
Yeah.
The real reason.
Well, let's
That-
Talk about taking the wind out of her
I
sails.
know. You're supposed to be the wind beneath his wings.
Oh my gosh.
What makes him different than her?
So listen, let's talk about VIP for a second. Can we talk about how we're going to? I was always related. I like to relate it to like Delta and Sky Priority, like the priority. Can we talk about that, or is that a secret as well?
No.
So what are we
Not
doing?
anymore.
Yeah. Edit that part. But what we did was to try to make the lines better and easier, but also we want to reward and say thank you to, if you're going to upgrade to VIP or Platinum, we understand that anyone who does that, you want a special experience, a little special treatment. So we're
Absolutely.
actually going to take you down a red carpet, if you will,
Yep.
over here, and you're
I
able
didn't
to
know
get, you what?
Yes.
Surprise.
But
Are there photo shoots going down the red carpet?
We
Because I'm just
should.
asking.
We should.
I'm just
Oh,
asking.
yes, we need that.
Okay, guys. Okay.
We'll just have to find out.
I just
Stay
don't want to be next to
tuned.
you guys because you'll come in like James Bond.
I know.
And some,
Right, right,
scary
yeah.
dress, and I'm
100%,
like,
100%.
I'm gonna be back here in my
So what
sweatpants.
colors?
Well, the red carpet's only cool if you get a
What's the
walk
color?
out.
It's a
surprise.
Yes, yes.
But
But
look at them.
The hues.
But-
That's a surprise.
But
It is a
the
surprise.
point is as you come in or as you go through, there is a better way to get through. We want to make sure and treat you well because we know you upgraded, you paid more money, and we want to make sure you're acknowledged for that and give you a good experience. So thank you. And then
I will
Um,
say last year I take accountability. The whole
what'd you do?
I let some people in that shouldn't have gotten
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Going back to the food thing.
I
I'm calling myself out. I have made amends. The experience this year is far more exclusive. We actually tripled down security in the VIP and platinum room. So the
So don't mess
exclusivity to get in there is going to be
When we
easy
say
for the
security,
people
for
who are
legality's
supposed
sake,
to.
Event
actually-
staff.
Oh,
Event
event
staff.
staff.
And
Not security.
all of
Not
my
security.
From all cousins.
Yes.
They will cut you.
Yeah, they're-
Just kidding.
And we should like I regret that comment.
Do I? Nah.
That's far as we can edit anything. Yeah.
But I guess what's leading up to that, I don't know why I get excited about these little small things, but for me, I always remember the beginning and the end. And so right when you come in, and
Why are we doing the
Why
rest?
don't we just leave the beginning and come back at the end? That sounds
screw
good.
the middle of it.
That is so
The
true.
beginning and the end, my wife, I was the same way. Okay, so sorry. But the beginning and the end of the event, that's not the only thing I remember. I just remember that very distinctly, right? It's the thing you start with and end with. And when you do that, it's just awesome. I'm not going to go into it because that's the secret part. There is going to be a shaped thing that you can enter.
Just
the-
I'm just gonna stop you right there.
The
The shape thing
I
entering.
can
This
try.
is getting
this
real
Pictionary?
sexual.
Is this Pictionary? Brett! Can I do the... Okay.
No.
Okay, dang it. And then I'll cut to the end. Okay, now.
Brent's lost his
And
mind.
then the end of it,
It will be
what we're
an
doing,
experience.
and what speakers are going to be in the end, and we just talked about some of the speakers, but the people who you want to come see and stay to the end, we get Jake and I've seen Jake, I've seen all of us where we're any other conference that you attend, it can be exhausting. We get that. And so what we're wanting to do is keep that energy up and encourage you and ask you to keep staying, whatever you got to do to keep that energy up. Take a break, go sit in the lounge, whatever it is.
Meditate.
But the end, you definitely want to stick around for.
Yeah.
And we want to reward you for that. So we're going to have fun when you stay to the end. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm
I
just
love
giving
it.
some hints.
Definitely should stick
And
around.
it might be shaped some way.
I mean, we have
Success.
we do have some of the. I mean, we have great speakers on every single one.
Yes.
I'm excited for Andy Elliott.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited, and his crew, his posse that's going to be rolling around that floor. But I think it's great. I think we did a good conference this year. I think it's
There's other speakers too. I'm excited to see Zane Jan,
Zane Jan will be there.
Bud,
Having
Jonathan
fun.
Gibbs,
And the
Sam
last day,
Taggart.
Sam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having fun
Mr.
on the
Taggart.
last day. Sam's opening up for us.
Oh, Sam Taggart's
Yeah.
opening last day. Yeah.
Oh, we finished the schedule. That's it.
Yeah, we finished the schedule.
Yes,
We're
yes.
coming out soon, baby.
That was
Yep.
anyone watching this. We just spent a lot. Behind this camera is a entire whiteboard thing okay, of a schedule of people and spending hours trying to make sure this is good. So we appreciate the opportunity and we're trying our best to give back the best experience.
We rented this Airbnb. We have literally not been out of this house for 2 days. Like
True.
we have not left.
This morning I was like, how do I feel
True.
so like I'm a hobbit or something?
We door dashed all the meals. Like we haven't left.
Yeah.
It has been planning
Yeah.
from morning until night. I mean, we've been working on it every single day. You have no idea what goes into these conferences.
It's easy. It's not that complicated.
I mean, we did it in 2
Yeah.
days.
He just showed up. Like he literally became CEO like a week ago, and he went to Jamaica that week. So don't.
He's like, yeah, I'll do
Why is
it.
this such a big deal?
We completed it.
He's like 2 days planning, easy, done. No, but
I did really well.
no, we have some great speakers. Who was it that you mentioned? Zane Jan.
Mhm.
Zane Jan's going to be there. We have
Michael O'Donnell,
Jen Silver too.
Jen Silver.
Jen
Jen
Silver.
Silver.
She is a great speaker.
No,
What?
Kiara.
Oh,
Kiara,
Kiara's speaking.
Jonathan Gibbs.
Yeah.
I like,
Yeah.
yeah, Jonathan Gibbs is a big one. I'm just repeating everything. Everything Joe says.
Just an echo. Sorry.
No, but this is super exciting. Like, if you guys are gonna go, be early.
If you're gonna go.
Yeah, some people can't go. Believe it or not.
You
You guys know there's not some people aren't gonna go. Just make sure.
You're going, okay?
Be
would
there.
not be here.
Ask them who's not going.
You're not physically gonna be there, spiritually be there.
Wait, hold on. We can't wrap up. You act like you're having a wrap up coming up.
No. I'm
What
not
about
talking-
our speaker panels?
Yes. Oh yes, our breakout.
Oh
room.
my God.
Yes.
Joe. This
I
guy-
object.
Sure, I get it there.
Joe has made himself a solar objections panel.
For himself.
And I don't know if I have seen anyone more excited about anything. That includes my kid on Christmas. I don't know if I've seen it.
It's gonna be the best panel at SolarCon, baby.
We have several great panels. Let's name some.
Yeah, we got the energy storage in the future.
Future of the energy source.
Yeah, future of energy storage, because NEM3 is coming up. Everyone's wondering what do we do about future energy storage. One sleeper of a speaker that I'm pretty stoked to see come is Maui Solar Guy, if you've been watching.
Oh yeah.
Because he's
Yeah.
already been through what happens when NEM3 or they shut down net metering and you can no longer. And he's been selling in Hawaii of all places. That's a smart move. That's a smart move. If it's going to be shut down in Hawaii, right?
100%.
Like, that's a smart move. Maui Solar Guy, I'm learning right now. But we have some sleepers that are coming in. I'm super excited for this conference this year.
We got
Yeah,
the
go
social media panel. We got the exit strategy panel. That's gonna be a
Yes.
dope one.
Yeah.
Oh, how
scale and exit.
Yeah.
scaling your business to exit, like how, because we've had a lot of people through these travelings I've been doing. Everyone is wanting to learn how to build their business to exit it, or the things you should set in place to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, other things I've heard in the industry is this is a huge one, and it's been ongoing forever. Hopefully, we can take a little chunk out of it, but is understanding your EPC and your red line.
Yes.
Why are some red lines from other companies lower or higher, or what to really look for, and why EPCs charge what they do, and why there's clawbacks. Like, we have a lot of people not understanding that, right? And it's good for EPCs to go and listen to, because they're going to maybe hear some ideas and some ways that they've learned to educate the people that they work with. And so I think it's going to be great. I mean, some of these things might not sound so fun to go sit at, but the education you're going to get, the speakers are what's going to make it fun. We got some really good speakers this year.
How about the NABCEP certification for the install breakout room? That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I just found out about this this week, Jake. So
Was it on the board?
Fine.
Is that how you found out?
Yeah. So Abby and Steve, they worked their butt off to get NABCEP to get in there, and contractors get points. How do you,
Certification hours.
Yes.
So if you have your NABCEP certification, you can come and it'll qualify for a certain amount of hours.
What is
Depending
that certification?
depends on which one you have.
Well, for whom?
Installers.
Installers only?
There's
Sales
there's a NABCEP certification for PV sales. There's
Mhm.
one for an installer. There's one for design.
Nice.
There's one for inspecting
Okay.
solar systems. So
So any of those people,
Yeah.
this is going to count towards. Can now count towards credits.
some of the things, yeah. So they can get recertification hours by attending SolarCon.
Yes.
what I know about that whole process is we get to put the icon on our branding now. So that's what I know about NABCEP. That's what I've done,
He's so
Mark.
special.
I mean, I'm looking at this list. We have a lot of stuff. I don't even know what we're allowed to say or not say.
Don't talk about the secret stuff.
None of it's listed secret.
I've always wondered, going back to the panels, I've always wondered though, how do you respond to a homeowner who says they don't like the look of solar?
You
Yeah.
doing
Is that a solar objection?
I don't know.
You have to wait to SolarCon to find out.
How do I answer this question, Joe? What did I say to him?
Oh crap! Everybody focus on his face instead. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow.
Well, hey, I wanted to say last year when we did SolarCon, I couldn't think of a more defining moment where I got gratification from seeing so many people happy. I would say ultimately that's what I'm looking forward to. If you're gonna complain, hold it till the next day. Just give me one day. I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. I have to tell you, for those that have been through this, the gratification that you guys get is what makes all of this worth it for us. To see that, to experience that, to go through the emotions we do, and then to watch all of you just be enamored by the education that you get and the experience you have. So that's what we push for. That's what we fight for. We want to make an impact in the industry. We want to make a difference. I am personally excited to see all of you there. I talk with a lot of you all the time, whether it's on the phone, social media, traveling. I just love spending time. You guys are my community. You guys are the industry, and I love to be a part of it. So I'm excited to see you all there.
Cheers.
Cheers to
We'll
that.
hold something up. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, was that the end? I thought you guys were all gonna say.
That's a wrap, y'all.
I was gonna say something.
Go ahead, no, there you go.
Oh.
I am better than my obsessive and negative thoughts.
Yes, you are. I am learning to trust the process.
I am loved. What do you have for yourself? That is actually what you say. I don't understand.
Still rolling?
How do you love yourself?
Hold on. We need you guys to exit too. It wasn't just me saying it.
Everybody, please make sure you dress to impress. We might have an award for the best dressed up, looking. So I'll be watching you guys.
Somebody try to win an award over here.
Brenda, we all know that you're gonna win. Tiana and I tried to compete with you at D2D Con, and woo! Hot damn.
What else we got?
Lindsay, you got it. You have the mic.
Oh.
Don't worry, Dave's gonna edit the shit out of this. So
I say this.
I got
Okay.
You can't lose when you invest in yourself, and this conference is an investment in yourself, in your career, and in the other people that you work with. So that's something that I'm excited about, and it's what I did, as a primary sponsor last year and this year, wanting to support the industry, but also investing.
Including your affirmations, right?
No,
Oh my God.
I'm only laughing because Lindsay and I just locked eyes, and this is crazy how hard it is, and I love hearing. I love this. Keep going.
Okay, I don't understand. No, I got cut off. Here, I was cut this.
Invest in yourself.
Investing in myself. Oh, as a sponsor of SolarCon last year and not being involved in the back end stuff of it, I couldn't have been happier in investing in the conference and the outcome that came from it with all the people that I got to meet, and then for the entire year since last SolarCon, people messaging me or calling me just to ask random questions, to understand, hey, well, I'm thinking about this. I know Fusion Powers, in Arizona or in Texas, they did this thing. How did that work? And being able to answer some quick questions.
You mean you get other EPCs calling and asking how to do that?
Yeah.
Really? I was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh. Just meeting people. I think I fully believe it with like the deepest part of my inner being that there's more solar to be installed than anybody can install. And because of that, it's only to the benefit of the industry for everyone to show some love, for everyone to look what's out there. And what would you say before about the
Just to find talent.
find talent, because it's out there.
I believe in your inner being too. I want you to
I
know that.
don't understand.
Feelings that you have in your inner being. I believe in them. Okay.
I'm giving you the mic.
Let me give me the mic. I already have my mic right here, baby. Here's what I would have to say. I'm definitely a marketing-minded, business-only type person, so I get a little boring sometimes. But I will say this: business is made up of LSD. Okay.
What?
Okay.
Leads.
Somebody's on LSD for sure.
Leads. Hold on.
Okay.
Leads, sales, and delivery.
Oh,
I
okay,
see.
okay. Okay.
I like where the
Leads.
other round was going.
Leads, sales, and delivery. The point is this: when you invest, I've never invested. And anytime I've ever had a big jump in a quarter or a year, it starts at some kind of an event. Literally, I go to an event, I meet partners, I meet potential partners. Most of the time, nothing happens right then. It's a couple months down the road, and suddenly the opportunity opens up, and it's millions and tens of millions of dollars that unfold. It doesn't even have to be that big, by the way. It can be tens of thousands of dollars. It depends. It's all relative. But the point is, it's always started with an event. It's always started with, you can call it networking, but it starts with showing up and just giving value, actually sitting down and talking to people, even when you're tired and you don't want to. I'm more or less an introvert that way. I'm like, okay, I need to invest my time into this. And I always meet somebody totally surprising, really awesome. See nicely dressed people. But yeah, you make those connections. But all I'm trying to say is, when you come to an event and you just show up and make an effort, you don't have to do it perfect, but make an effort, you can't lose. So that's what we're encouraging you to do. Show up, make an effort, and you'll love the result.
I'm gonna go a little further than that.
Yeah, do it.
I encourage you to be early too, because on time is not gonna do it this year. Come the day before, take a little more cost, whatever it is to get there. It's gonna be worth it. You want to be registering first thing in the morning on the 20th. You should be ready to walk in through the doors. It's gonna make it a way better experience.
Actually, Joe has a point. One of my favorite things about going to conferences is getting there. I like to go early because I kind of like to walk around the hotel or whatever and see who I can run into. And
The Hyatt Regency, by the way,
yeah, I'm staying at the Hyatt Regency. You guys are.
it's gonna be sold out. Get
But
the hotels.
I do like to like kind of see what the buzz is before the conference, because it's fun to be around like-minded people that are also investing in themselves, right?
Well, and I mean, talking about this weekend coming here, right? I had talked to you this week where I'm like, no, let's just like go in there, show up the day of, knock everything out, and then leave.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, like let's give ourselves some time to breathe and like catch up. And getting that phone call on Wednesday where you're like, Lynn's like, we miss you, like come here. And I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm there. And so coming early even to this weekend, I'm like, man, like the bonding and the connection and the conversations, and it's part of the experience that you will 100% miss if you don't show up early.
Yeah.
And you might miss the show.
That's true.
$4 of your ticket price is the performance.
Just to be real.
Let's break it down to the numbers here.
Yeah. Everyone wants to know their ROI. Let me explain.
Oh man.
That's funny.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thank you,
Good
Trey.
job, clown.
Thanks, Trey.
Besides the sweaty thighs, I love this meeting.
You mean your sweaty thighs?
My leg has probably left a wet mark up her back right here. Yep, a little bit. Just a bit.
So the last thing I want to talk about
Oh,
is
we got more.
this is the podcast. It's called The Lounge.
The Lounge.
The SolarCon podcast, right?
Dude, so we're gonna switch up the lounge each time? Which lounge we're in?
Yeah,
Hell
there
yeah.
you go. The new lounge every time.
I got an idea.
Go for
Can
it.
I share
Yeah, maybe.
before you wrap it up?
No, that's it.
If you would like us to come to your lounge,
Yeah.
Oh.
Portable lounges?
Portable lounge. So good at this.
The traveling
why
lounge.
don't you
You
just
should do
give us an
marketing.
invitation?
Do you charge a travel ladder?
And we might
Only
we might
after
just show up. Depends. In fact, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a competition. Whoever sends us pictures of the best lounge that you want us to come and record in, we'll be there.
We're all of us, right? We'll bring this couch there. We'll just. Well, maybe not. We'll let you know about that one, guys.
Brent will be there. Brent will be there.
Sweaty legs and all.
But at the end of the day, we'll have lounges at SolarCon, and that's
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the ways that we are separated from other conferences. You'll be able to chill, relax, not have to leave, hang out, charge your phone, and it make it a time where it's not like you have to go to a different room, a different part of the hotel, a different part of the convention. It's all in one big area. It's going to be amazing. You were talking about dark spots earlier. It really, to me, it's
There
no
is
dark
not.
spot.
There's really not.
Yeah.
We didn't have them last year. It's the same. Like we didn't have them last year. We thought of this last year. We're
Yep.
just amping it up more this year.
Yeah.
This year we're also having the like a spot for to get ID
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
to
What are
feel
those
a little
called?
tired after
IV drips.
you know,
We're doing IV
IV
drips.
party. You
Like
can
a
like
Hydration.
We
Hydration
are
and
doing
vitamins.
It's like an LSD drip.
No, it's not.
It's a hydration bar.
Yeah.
Sales delivery drip. LSD drip is
Yes. But no, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised too if we're not at least one of us is sitting in any of the lounges
At
asking
any given
questions.
time.
Given time, so we will secretly be hiding in one of the lounges talking, right, Joe?
Are we gonna play like
not secretly?
Waldo?
Yeah. Where's Jake in his suitcase?
I'm not. That's the dumbest thing. That's the day they try to make this thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
They try to make this thing.
It's a thing.
You
Any
don't
of you-
see Jake's suitcase? Just wait, but you'll see it.
If you see me with an image of a suitcase, it is fabricated.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't
100% it's real.
understand.
Every single one of the viewers knows.
It will be on the stage. Just
You can
watch.
get pictures with his
You,
suitcase.
and the hat. You can be Jake.
I don't wear hats very often.
Never.
Go to SolarCon, meet Jake Hess. What else do you need to know?
I've met a lot of people.
I
I want to meet all the rest. Let's do it.
We're about to go to SolarCon today.
Real.
Okay, now everybody, wait. Peace.